Guys are not usually the ones that want to talk a lot. And you don't want to talk face to face with them because that kind of brings up the aggression, assertiveness, that sort of thing. So first of all, if your husband is, doing the taxes, don't say, where do you want to go on vacation? Or your kids, when they're focused on something, you don't want to take them off task to something else. Walk side by side is great because you don't bring up some of that angst that sometimes comes up. Go for a drive. Kids don't usually jump out of a car when you're driving, and you are side by side, so some of those tough talks is side by side. Women use fewer words. When I disciplined my kids, and probably with you, you give them all the reasons why that was bad and how it hurt somebody and what could happen in the future and all that. Dad says, stop it. No discussion. That's it. So this is a problem for us. We tend to speak average 20,000 words a day, women. Men tend to speak average about 7,000 words a day. So they get tired of listening to us. Kids do too. So think of that when you're giving your directions in class. Do you over-give directions? Let them get started and then do clarification after that. And then, be direct. And a lot of times with boys with visual, you'd have here, number 1, do this, number 2, do this, number 3, and you have it visual also, not just verbal, and give them time to process. So, if I want to change the paint in my kitchen, I have to I've been thinking, maybe I'll have some money in about 4 months, and I'd really like to change the color of our kitchen. And I have to give him time to get along with it. Because if I say I'm buying the paint tomorrow, I'm painting the kitchen, that's not probably going to go very well. All right, silly boys. Boys are crazy. And again, I mentioned that with the funniest videos. So affirm their talent. Funny books that may seem gross to women, fun in your mistakes, be silly yourself, understand humor as a stress reliever. This is more in middle school and high school. Some kid, boy, is in trouble. And he'll make some offhanded remark about, well, that's not like Four Eyes over there or something like that, which is bad. But you see, he's trying to redirect his trouble by making a joke about somebody else. And so as a teacher saying, that's inappropriate and I'm writing you up for that and you need to go to the office and whatever, you say, it looks to me like you're under a lot of stress right now. Let's talk about this a little bit later. We jump to conclusions sometimes and we make this something a lot bigger than it really is. When he was inappropriate, he shouldn't have said that, but he was stressed and this is how it came out. It's just like kicking something. When boys are being emotional, expect there may be a physical outburst. I told you about that. Drink water. Give them time to find their words. So a great thing for boys that have been in a fight, and I was an assistant principal at Goodnight, is we used to have this thing, maybe you have it at your school. You had to sit down and write, what did I do? Why did I do it? What could I do differently? Well, do you think when a boy's upset, he wants to sit down and write? No. So he comes to my office, I give him water, and I give him a basketball, and I said, we're going to walk to the gym and back. And you can bounce the ball the whole way if you want to. Or if that's too noisy, you can go to the gym and let him do it or go outside or whatever. And when we get back, I'm going to ask you to tell me what happened. You see, you need to give the time for the words because they don't have it. Girls, woo, it goes on forever. So encourage them to move. Ask what they think, not what they feel. What do you think happened? What do you think that was all about? Rather than how do you feel about it?